What's up, everybody? We have made it to the top 16. Now, I need you to understand something. Last year, when we got to the top 16, we got a serious upgrade, okay? My brother-in-law, Ethan Henson, really helped me out. My sister, Katie, contributed a whole bunch. Everybody was kind of still in the pandemic and wasn't really that busy, so they had time. This year, though, it's just me. Katie's busy. Ethan's busy with things that, pay him money. But you gotta understand something, all right? I may not have the fancy camera equipment. And I may not have, good microphones. And I may not have professional lighting. And I don't have really good editing software. And I don't have that much time. And I don't have my sister's hilarious parody commercials. And I don't have... Boy, where was I going with that?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Dan Elliott.
Yeah, it's rad.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Vroom! I'll tell you what I got. I got you, and I got 16 dads here ready to go. One of them is going to be this year's Father's Day Showdown champion. Welcome to Race 164, the show where we race toy cars and pretend like it's a big deal. I'm your host, Dan Elliott, and I'm proud to report that I am probably putting in the time to play the role also of high-energy commentator Dewey Donaldson. So this is where I'm going to cut to Dewey if I had the time to do it. It looks like you did. Hi, everybody. I'm Dewey Donaldson, happy to be back here on camera, finally, again, bringing you our exclusive coverage of the 2022 Father's Day Showdown. Back to you, Dano. Welcome back, my friend. All right, so here's how things are going to work tonight. We have our top 16 drivers. Down here, oh boy, really bad lighting. So these are the group winners, group 1 to 4 and 5, 6, 7, and last year's champ. Those 8 are considered the top 8 seeds, sort of. Then I'm going to draw names from the hat for everybody who won through the elimination races, as well as Austin Haverda, the winner of the Last Chance Derby. So we're going to go through these one by one and draw a name for a matchup just in this first round. From there on, we're going to follow the scheme of this bracket. The winner of this race will face the winner of this race, and then they'll meet in the middle for the championship. So that's that. We're back to our typical rules. If both cars fail to reach the finish line, we will switch lanes and run them again. And we will do that until we get a winner, one of them to cross the finish line. Lane choice is going to be determined by a dice roll every race. Higher roll goes in the far lane. Can you think of anything else, Dewey, or is that about it? As a matter of fact, I do have a couple things to add to that, Dan. I'd like to mention that we are now in a single elimination format. Now that means you lose once, you are done. That's it. There's no second chances anymore. Win or go home. And in addition to that, we're sticking with the 8th mile track. I know last year we moved to a quarter-mile scale length for the top 16. We don't have the space for that this year, so we're sticking with the 8th mile. I think that's all I have to add, but Dan, I need to ask, who do you think has the best shot at claiming the championship this year? That is a good question, Dewey. So in my mind, there are 2 drivers that stand out to me as being noticeably fast from what we've seen so far. Ouch. And those are Andrew Nicholson, the 2020 champion, and last year's 3rd place finisher, Seth Whitley. They looked particularly fast and very stable in the opening rounds of the competition. My dark horse is my dad, Don Elliott. He looks fast, and he has shown that he is willing to do whatever it takes to win. Like, I hope you've got a roll cage if you're racing against old Donnie. What about you, Dewey? Who you got? Well, thanks for asking. The two that jump out in my mind, their names actually rhyme. Sam and Graham. Graham Goche has showcased some serious speed up till now in the tournament, and Sam Elliott, while maybe not looking quite so fast, we have definitely seen some supernatural driving instincts coming from him. I've also got my eyes on the rookies, Kyle Slater and Austin Haverda. Kyle has made it look pretty easy up until this point, and Austin, well, he can drive, and he's shown that when the chips are down, he can win. Very good, very good. Dewey's been watching. All right, well, I think that's it. Let's get racing. I'm so excited. Okay, so the first race of the night will feature Group 1 winner, Sam Elliott. He will be competing against whoever name I pull after I stir him up. Oh, it's this one. Let's see who it is. Andrew Nicholson 2, the other Andrew Nicholson in the Corvette Stingray. Sam Elliott is driving the Volkswagen drag bus. Andrew Nicholson is driving his 64 Chevy Corvette Stingray. Let's roll these dice. Andrew has a 5. Sam has a 6. Sam will take the far lane. All right, our first race of the top 16. Make your pick. The drag bus or the Stingray. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it's a close race. Oh my goodness, I can't even tell. Whew, I hope we have a clear view of that. Andrew was in the lead for a lot of the race, but Sam might have got him right at the end. Oh man, we are off to some start. Sam Elliott claims the win. Barely. Nice driving, Sam. First win of the top 16. You are moving on to the top 8. What a nail biter. We are off to some start. Andrew Nicholson, thank you for coming out. You had a good run. We will see you next year. All right, Sam Elliott is moving on to the top 8. Next up, we have Group 2 overall winner, Graham Goche. Let's find out who will be racing against Graham's Aston Martin. The name is in my hand. It is Jesse Graber. Jesse is in the 1996 Porsche Carrera. Graham is driving the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Let's find out our lane assignments. Graham has a 4. Jesse has a 2. Graham will take the far lane. All right, who are you picking? Graham in the far lane or Jesse in the near lane? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no, another poor start for Jesse Graber. Graham Goche takes the win. A slow start for Jesse, and he spun out. Oh, that is heartbreaking. Second-year competitor making his top 16 debut. Oh, that stings. Sorry, Jesse. I don't know what happened up there. Well, we're going to take a look at it here, Dano. I think Jesse just struggled. Yep, once again, getting out of that start gate, just like he did in an earlier round this year. Well, that means Graham Goche takes the win. So far, we are 2 for 2 wins for the group winners. So Graham is going to face Sam Elliott in the round of 8. All right, our next race will feature Laura Elliott, the only female competitor to make it to the top 16 this year. Well, I guess depending on how you look at it. Half of the female drivers made it to the top 16, so percentage-wise, that's pretty good. All right, Laura's challenger is Dave Carpenter, her Uncle Dave. All right. Uncle versus niece in the Father's Day Showdown. Let's go. All right, my cousin Laura Elliott, racing in memory of her dad, Barry Elliott, in the 57 Chevy Bel Air versus my Uncle Dave Carpenter, last year's, I believe, runner-up, driving the 2020 Chevy Corvette, the only Matchbox to make it to the top 16 again. All right, let's do the lane assignments. Laura has a 3. Uncle Dave has a 1. Laura will take the far lane. All right, it's red versus blue again. Who you got? The old Chevy or the new Chevy? Laura or Dave? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Laura has the early lead. Oh, they crashed. Can Laura make it to the finish line? She's got a bit of momentum. She does. She did it. Laura Elliott takes the win and will move on to the round of 8. Barely making it across the finish line after a rough race with her Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave, sorry, this is where your ride comes to an end. But you got a great view for the rest of the racing, so that's good. Let's take a look at this replay. Laura gets the early lead, but then Dave pulls ahead, slams Laura into the wall, but that big old Bel Air must just be built with some strong old steel because it bulldozes its way through and rolls across the finish line for the win. That was a gritty win from Laura Elliott. She's moving on to the round of 8. That means, once again, it's a group winner. 3 out of 3 so far. I don't know. Is one of these challengers going to be able to step up and claim a win here tonight? I don't know. Our next race of the evening will feature the 2020 champ, Andrew Nicholson, from North Bay, Ontario. Let's find out who's racing the former champ. It is Guillaume Williams. We got a couple veteran drivers here. Mercedes versus Lambo. All right, Andrew Nicholson is driving his 2016 Mercedes AMG GT3. Guillaume Williams is driving the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. Let's do the lane assignments. Guillaume has a 5. Andrew has a 1. Guillaume is taking the far lane. All right, these cars look like they belong in the same class, like some kind of GT3 race or something. It's Guillaume in the far lane, Andrew in the near lane. Who you got? Lamborghini or Mercedes AMG? 3, 2, 1, go. Guillaume has the early lead, but he blocks Andrew and they wreck. Boy, they didn't make it far at all, not even to the Tiger Cat sign. Barely past the DC sign. All right, change lanes, run them again. And Guillaume had a really good start. He should have just kept going. Shouldn't have tried for the block. He's against one of the fastest cars in this. But hey, maybe he knows something I don't know. Maybe he's trying to send him a message, you know? Get him shaking in his boots a little bit. Okay, let's try it again. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, the Lamborghini takes the lead, and I think Guillaume got the win. The Lamborghini beat the Mercedes. Andrew Nicholson, who I thought was one of the most likely winners coming into today's racing, unless I'm wrong, has just been eliminated. Oh yeah, Guillaume got him at the line. Andrew was reeling him in, I think. We'll take a look at the replay. What do you make of it, Dewworm?
Well, Dano, it's some pretty good driving here by both competitors. Guillaume takes the early lead and moves over to Andrew's lane to block him. But if you watch it again, Andrew moves into Guillaume's lane so that he has a shot to catch up. And he is catching up by the end, but Guillaume blocks him just at the finish line. Excellent job, Guillaume, and don't call me Dewworm.
I'll call you whatever I want to call you. Anyways, Andrew Nicholson, thanks for your participation. Thought you had a real good shot this year, but Guillaume Williams closed that door on you. Guillaume's moving on to the round of 8 to face Laura Elliott. I'm pretty sure they were in the first group, or they were in the same group in the first round, so that will be a rematch. Our next race, all rise for the judge. Don Elliott taken to the track. Who is he going to face? There are only 4 names left in the hat. Let's see who it is. She's going up against Josh Graber. Ooh, we got a good old-fashioned muscle car showdown. All right, my dad, Don Elliott, driving a 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. His challenger is Josh Graber in his 1967 Ford Mustang. It's a Detroit Iron muscle car battle on the Father's Day Showdown. Does it get any better than that? Josh has a 3. Don has a 5. Dad's taking the far lane. All right, if their track records are any indication, these are a couple of wild cards. Who knows what could happen with these two on the track together? All right, the Judge versus Crazy Graber. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, the Mustang has the lead. A clean, quiet race there from both drivers, interestingly enough. And Josh Graber takes the win. The Mustang gaps the GTO. That means now we've got 2 back-to-back races where the challenger takes the win. So Josh Graber is moving on to the round of 8. Dad, I'm sorry. Have to go back to the drawing board for next year, it looks like. But, as you've told me before, it's better to have raced for a moment than to be a spectator for a lifetime. But you gonna be a spectator for a little bit. All right, our next race. Seth Whitley, Porsche 911 GT3. His challenger will be Austin Haverda. Whew. This is a rematch too, I think. Oh man, I didn't know we were gonna get so many rematches. Pretty sure I just said this, but Seth Whitley is racing in his Porsche 911 GT3 RS. The challenger, rookie Austin Haverda, fresh off his win in the Last Chance Derby, racing his 2020 Toyota Supra. Let's assign the lanes. A 4 for Austin and a 5 for Seth. Seth is taking the far lane. Okay, make your picks. Who you got, the blue Porsche or the white Supra? 3, 2, 1, go. Porsche is up to the early lead, and he blocks Austin. Austin keeps it close at the end. But Seth Whitley takes the win and will move on to the round of 8. He is going to face Josh Graber in that round. Austin, what a run. Rookie driver, might have competed in more races than anybody else this year. Way to go. Strong debut. We will see you next year.
Let's take a second look at this one. This is a textbook block by Seth Whitley and a good effort from Austin, but there's only so much you can do in an 1/8 mile drag strip.
All right, only 2 races left in this opening round. This next one, Kyle Slater in the Lamborghini. He is going to face one of these two. Ooh, boy. Which one? This one or this one? Oh, sorry, I gotta look away. I could see one of them a little bit. This one. Kyle Slater is facing Calvin Nicholson. All right, Kyle Slater is driving this purple Dodge van that he calls the Lamborghini. His challenger is Calvin Nicholson, my Uncle Cal, in the Pennzoil Pikes Peak Toyota Tacoma. Man, yeah, last year Uncle Cal had Home Depot. This year he's got Pennzoil. Guy knows how to get sponsors. All right, a 3 for Uncle Cal, a 5 for Kyle. Kyle versus Cal. Kyle is taking the far lane. Cal is taking the near lane. All right, Kyle versus Cal. Kyle Slater in the far lane. Calvin Nicholson in the near lane. Things look relatively easy for Kyle in the opening round. And Uncle Cal, well, he's shown that he's got some tricks up his sleeve. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. Good start for the van. Oh, Uncle Cal tries some aggressive maneuvers, but it does not work. Kyle Slater claims the win and will move on to the round of 8. Uncle Cal, much better than last year. You might have something here with this Toyota Tacoma. It's a fast truck, but for the remainder of this competition, you are here with the spectators.
Let's take a second look at what happened here. Rookie Kyle Slater showing some veteran-like moves, making it look easy, pulling off that block and taking the win.
Kyle Slater is moving on to face the winner of the next race. which we already know who it is. It's last year's champ, Nate Tulloch, versus the last name in the hat. And who could that be? Well, it's none other than Vance Henson. I'm going to show you just for good measure. There. All right, we don't need the hat anymore. Thank you for your service, Blue Jays hat. You've done very well. All right, defending champ Nate Tulloch is driving his 69 Camaro SS. The challenger Vance Henson is returning in his Ford Shelby GT500 Super Snake. It's yet another Mustang versus Camaro race. It's a 5 for the modern day Mustang and a 1 for the retro Camaro. So Vance is taking the far lane. All right, make your picks. Who you got, the black Mustang or the blue Camaro? Vance or Nate? Count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Nate Tulloch takes the win. The champ defends his territory, and he's going to move on to the round of 8.
All right, Dano, let's take a second look at this one. Vance Henson gets off to a slightly better start, but doesn't make the smoothest transition onto the wide track. The champ gets ahead and makes a hard block into the outside wall and takes the win.
Vance Henson, my bonus dad, my boss, better luck next year. Nate beats you. You can take it up with him. Well, that means our round of 8 is set. It will be Sam Elliott versus Graham Gauthier. Laura Elliott versus Guillaume Williams. Then we have Nate Tulloch versus Kyle Slater. And Seth Whitley versus Josh Graber. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I know, Father's Day's tomorrow, and we still have 8 cars left. So that means we're going all the way tomorrow. We will crown our champ tomorrow. It will be one of these 8 competitors. I got to end this one off here. Thank you to these drivers for your participation. Great job making it this far. Father's Day Showdown is no joke, okay? If you make it to the top 16, you got my respect. And the respect of the world. All, dozen or so people who watch these videos on YouTube. So, don't feel too bad, gentlemen. There's always next year. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you back tomorrow for the final race. Don't forget to hit the like button before you go. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye!